And welcome to another edition of the most consistent, prolific, and dedicated uploads in YouTube's history. This is the dynamic Sean's View Entertainment right here on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe with the latest backstage developments in the WWE. There has been speculation on if Vince McMahon will make the changes to WWE programming after the poor Raw ratings have come in seemingly week after week worse and worse. This is the growing trend. As previously reported, the June 29th edition of Monday Night Raw was the lowest rated and viewed show of 2015 for WWE. And didn't have any direct sports competition on television during the time slot. That's really troubling. When Raw scores a low rating, usually there's a reason. Usually there's something behind it. But there was no competition. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter wonders what this might mean for WWE creative and programming, as McMahon is known for reacting to numbers like these in different ways. He writes, Raw on 6/29 fell to a 18-year seasonal low dating back to the period when Nitro was handing Raw a beating, doing a 2.51 rating and a 3.46 million viewers, 1.43 viewers per home. What makes this number so bad and troubling is that there was no sports competition of note, with the biggest sporting event being a routine baseball game that did 669,000 viewers on ESPN. So there was no reason for this number other than a lack of interest in the WWE. The show had no Brock Lesnar, Stephanie McMahon, or Triple H, but nobody would have known that ahead of time. In the first hour had the low point, so it was that people weren't on there at the start. It wasn't that they found out that key people weren't there and tuned out early. 3 hours is too long, but it has been 3 hours for years. Taking the focus off John Cena as the top guy and putting it more on Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose may be growing pains that are necessary for the future. But a big part of the issue is they've made a decision to use John Cena in a different way. Rarely on last, and they haven't been able to come close to creating another John Cena, while the biggest other star, Brock Lesnar, is only a part-timer. There is strong speculation that the WWE will respond to the low Raw ratings and make several adjustments, changes, and enhancements. However, fans may not notice it in one show, but instead over the next several weeks and or months. One source noted, I would not want to be a part of the WWE creative team right now. Listen, we can talk about ratings, we can talk about viewership, we can talk about ticket sales, we can talk about merch, we can talk about network subscriptions, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to consistency. It comes down to wanting to suspend disbelief. You got to give fans a reason to tune in. Back in the Attitude Era, Raw was unpredictable. Crash TV, you didn't know what was going to happen from one moment to the next, 1 week. You had to tune in because you were on the edge of your seat. You got the goosebumps. You got that feeling. What the WWE needs is not only competition, not only do they need the better storylines, not only does the WWE need to up the ante, but there needs to be consistency, and the WWE cannot go off the tracks. The WWE creative team, the powers that be, all need to come together. I don't know if it's a lack of communication, a lack of creativity, but the WWE is obviously off the chain and not in a good way. Just as the WWE is going in a straight positive direction, all of a sudden, they go off the tracks. They slip and slide. That's how we can describe the WWE right now. It's a slip and slide situation, and it's something that definitely needs to be dealt with. Your comments, your opinions, subscribe.